Tribune Extra Full Access. I'm Aizel and I'm your host. And today, alam nyo, grabe sobrang timely na tong guest natin na to. Hindi lang dahil meron siyang mga bagong ganap sa kanyang life as an actress, but very, very timely kasi kailangan talaga natin siyang makausap ngayon. And yung knowledge niya sa mga susunod na pangyayari in terms of pageant, walang iba po yan kundi si Miss Universe 1969, Miss Gloria Diaz! Hi!
Oh,
The
hi!
still ever stunning Miss Gloria Diaz. Kamusta po kayo?
Very good, very good.
Yan,
Being
and still
quarantined.
very beautiful. And po,
Thank you.
Miss Gloria, kasi po syempre, di ba, we're 1 year into the pandemic, and parang hindi pa natin nakikita kung matatapos na ba ito, o hindi pa ba. Kamusta po kayo during the pandemic? Ano po yung naging adjustment sa buhay ninyo ever since this pandemic started?
Oh, maraming naging adjustment, especially in terms of work and eating out and stuff. Well, lately, nung maging talagang seryoso ng pandemic, wala nang kainan sa labas, di ba? Unless in front of an open space, or sa beach, or something. And as of work, yes, I did mommy issues. Pero alam mo yan, nahuli lang kami, nakaabot kami sa pandemic. Pero half of it, wala pang pandemic. So, big difference kasi ngayon, actually, you have more time to yourself. You have more time to talk to friends, text or talk or ganito. But in truth, nagbago talaga ang buhay kasi mas malinis ang bahay mo, mas maganda ang halaman mo, mas lalo ka nagluluto sa bahay. You know, so nag-iba talaga.
Yeah, you were able to attend to more things na hindi masyadong napapakailaman nung busy with work. So let's talk about mommy issues po since nabanggit niyo na po siya. Before I start my question on that, let me just say po that si Mamang Pokwang really had so many good words for you and your performance in mommy issues. When we had her last week, sinasabi po niya na talagang your comedic timing is really excellent. And parang sinasabi pa nga niya na weird pa nga daw po na parang kayo yung naging nanay niya kasi parang ang layo daw po, di ba? Parang Miss Universe tapos siya yung naging ano po yung experiences nyo making mommy issues and yung comedy nyo rin po talaga na puring-puring ni Miss Pokwang?
Actually, this is not the first time na nagsama kami ni Pokwang. When we're working together with Pokwang, kung makikita mo siya sa personal, when we're doing our scenes, hindi okay lang, normal. Hanggang makita mo sa movie or sa TV, maganda talaga ang comedic timing niya. Pero sa personal, parang wala lang, regular. That's why Pokwang is what she is because talagang the camera loves her. Her timing is perfect for the camera. So, okay siya. Nag-enjoy ako. And of course, Ryan Bang. Also. And Sue. I was surprised kasi Sue, ang mukha ni Sue, is mukhang pang-drama sana, hindi ba? She's very funny. She's very walang pake sa katawan. And that's the most important Especially in comedy, kailangan relax ka lang na hindi ka nag-OA and all. So, okay, maganda nga because of course our director is so good. Joey. Marami na akong ginawa with Joey. So, I'm comfortable with him.
Are you a natural comedian po ba? Would you say even off cam?
No, I like to think that I could be I'd rather be a comedian than a drama star, hindi ba? But comedy is really much harder than a drama. Kasi when you're doing drama, let's say, mga ape, isampalin mo yung bata, kurutin mo, itulak mo, umiyak ka, iniwanan ka ng asawa mo. That's so hard to do. That's so easy to do. Whereas with comedy, kailangan yung timing mo, hindi mo sasapawan yung ka-dialogue mo, kailangan iintayin mo. Talagang timing is so good. And sometimes you want to do it over, pero nahihiya ka. Or else when you do it over, hindi kasing ganda. But very often you go home and you always try to, how do you say that? Especially when you have a good punchline na hindi mo makuha. There's something, alam mo yan pag hindi maganda, na-feel mo talaga yan So comedy is very hard to do. And if you ask me what I would like to be known, I would like to really be known as the comedian. Hindi yung Kenkoy, ha? Hindi Kenkoy. Yung situation comedy.
Situational. Yeah. Would you say po na kasi diba when you read the script and when a comedic script is handed down to you, nagkakaroon na po ba kayo na would you still have to process it sa utak ninyo kung paano nyo isa-strike to or it's in the director po?
It's a case to case. There are some scripts there are some dialogues na punchline goes to you. Pero importante rin ang bitaw mo ng dialogue mo para makuha nung iyong ka-dialogue, yung punchline. Talagang it is in tandem eh. Hindi pwede yung ikaw lang ang magaling, the others. Kailangan sabay talaga kayo. Yung sometimes you have to wait 1 minute, 30 seconds, and then react, throw the punch. Ganun yun eh. So it's like a tango. Kailangan pareho kayo sabay ang inyong naiintindihan. So actually, a comedy, hindi naman laging slapstick eh, yung bang halata talaga what you want to say, di ba? Many times ang yung mukha mo kahit wala kang sabihin, and you know very well Dolphy was like that kahit tignan mo lang mukha niya eh, di ba nakakatawa? So yun, ganun, mahirap ang comedy, sa totoo lang mahirap. Kailangan maganda ang script, magaling ang director.
Yun po kasi napanood ko po yung trailer na. It was so hilarious. I told Mamang Pokwang na the moment I saw the trailer, tawa ako ng tawa, especially when you threw out some lines talaga. I'm not sure if I can say lang the exact lines here, but those are really, really, really funny lines. And what can you say naman po with the performances of Ryan Bang, of all the other cast as well?
Ryan Bang is a very affectionate person. He is very kind. And he really, in spite that he's Korean, he has a heart of a Filipino. Naintindihan niya, he knows his relationship with his mother. His famous words are, happy ang nanay ko pag nag-deposit ako. And diba? Those are his famous lines. So, in the beginning, he's just another actor that I've met and he knows Ryan. Pero as we work together, he kind of gelled everybody together kasi ang gulo niya eh, magulo siya eh. You know, and of course, he's good looking. Alam mo siya, wala siyang pores sa skin. Ganyan kapino ang skin niya. So, he's very nice. He's very affectionate. He knows his lines. When he arrives, hindi siya nagmamadali. He makes you feel comfortable pag ikaw ang ka-eksena niya and all that. So, okay siya.
Ano po yung pinaka-aabangan ng mga tao talaga dito sa mommy issues as a whole?
Actually, ang
tawanan ba to?
Ang pinaka-nakakatuwa is talagang the relation of Ryan together with Pokwang. Kasi Pokwang is quite down to earth. Si Ryan naman is parang na mesmerize, parang na-hypnotize kay Pokwang. Kasi, you know, parang they're so alangan to each other, di ba? One is very white and the other is very dark. There's an older woman, etc., etc. So, that's basically the pinaka-highlights. The one with Pokwang and Ryan Bang.
Yes po. As we all know po, nakaraan ng ang Mother's Day. What was your celebration of Mother's Day po? Especially now that it's pandemic.
Wala. I just ate here with my partner dito lang sa bahay. And of course, many people sent me cakes, goodies, all kinds of nice things. And I was so surprised. Kung hindi siguro pandemic, makakalimutan nila magpadala ng kung ano-ano. And it was a big celebration. I mean, like, I think I received mga 10 cakes or cookies or 15 cakes. And then mga pagkain. And then, of course, among my relatives, among my siblings, hi, hello, nagkakamustahan kami. Whereas before, it comes and goes, bale-wala, you eat out, that's it, uwian na. Ngayon, even my daughter, si Isabel, first of all, she made a surprise. She had this Electrolux thing. And then Ava, my other daughter, si Ava, hanggang ngayon, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang mga padala niyang regalo, and then very nice touching letters. And my son, of course, who is dead ma lang sa mga Mother's Day, he also had a surprise. Lahat nga nakakagulat di ba? It was very surprising. Nice.
Actually,
I like it. And I think it's because of the COVID pandemic.
Yes.
They have time to
everyone's
reflect.
turned more affectionate, di ba? Ngayong
I think so. Yes, I think so. They have more time.
Yes.
More time to reflect, yes.
More time to reflect and appreciate and love one another.
Yes, yes.
Ano po, since nag-showing na po ang ang mommy issues, no? May 7, saan po mapapanood ng mga tao itong mommy issues?
It is there. It's all. You can buy tickets and everything. I think they say it there. I don't know it by heart. So I think they can put it there, everything. I will send it to you so that maybe you can think ba?
Yes, sige po. Yeah. Okay po. Sige po. Ay, ito naman. Ito gustong-gusto ko kanina pang puntahan talaga to. Usapang pageants naman po tayo. Ayan. Since suking-suki po siguro kayo ngayon sa mga laging natatawagan for Zoom interviews on your views about the coming Miss Universe pageant. At syempre, sa stance ng ating pambato na si Rabiya Mateo. What are your opinions po about Rabiya? And do you think she has the chance to really win the crown this time?
Alam mo, I cannot tell to win kasi hindi ko masyadong nakikita yung iba pa. Hindi ko pa sila nakita sa bathing suit. Hindi ko pa sila narinig magsalita. But I think definitely she'll be in the top 5. Kasi physically, she's beautiful and she talks well. And maganda ang aura niya. Maganda ang dating niya. No? Simple, natural. But I'm just wondering, anong itsura ng mga iba? Yun lang, doon naman dumadating ang laban hindi ba? Pagdating ng ibang kalaban. But I'm definitely sure she'll be in the top 5. Kasi I'm afraid to make a prediction na mananalo o first runner-up kasi you never know
Yes.
You never know. And I tell you, even with Pia and the other girl, hindi ko talaga tinitignan ko and I was very happy nasa nasa top 10 tapos top 5. Hindi mo talaga alam di ba? Each one has their own sense of beauty, mga judges. Nasa sa judges yan talaga
Yes po. Actually, we have a lot more questions for you, but we will still have to pause for a short break muna po. We will be right back.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Yes, we are back on full access. Still, of course, with the ever-stunning Miss Gloria Diaz. Hello po.
Hello.
Yan, di ba? Still very stunning. Ayan, balik po tayo sa sa usapang pageant. Since, of course, you are the first Filipina to ever be crowned Miss Universe. Could you take us back to that moment? What for you po was the most difficult part of winning that crown? During your time po?
Kasi I was only 18. Siguro putting makeup. Di pa ako nagme-makeup And then walking on heels. Yun na siguro ang pinaka. Kasi when you're young, hindi ka naman ninenervyos masyado More than anything, I think it's the physical thing of putting on makeup kasi mag-eyelashes ka pang isang katerba, then walk on stage na naka-heels na hindi naman ako naglalakad. At 18, hindi pa naman, kasi iba naman ang buhay noon eh. Wala pang mga, I was still in a convent school. Biglang nasabak sa ganon. But I did not feel the pressure na kailangan manalo. It was a very simple thing. You're not aware of how important it is to win. Ayaw mo lang matalo. Yun lang. Hindi, there's no pressure really except you're on your own and you're chaperone. You cannot go anywhere you want even when we were still competing. At ang dami-dami niyong magkakaibigan. We were, I think, 72 or 75.
Who were you closest po? If you could still remember at that time, were you buddies with any particular candidate at that time po?
No, I had many friends but not that many. But I wasn't close to the Asian girls kasi, I don't know, for some reason, even my roommate was, I think, Miss New Zealand. And yung ganon. And Miss Austria was my friend. Yun. But then, of course, we became friends with the runner-up after because we traveled a lot. And Miss USA was also my friend.
Is that Sylvia Hitchcock?
No, Sylvia Hitchcock, yes, she became also my friend. But she was the Miss Universe 2 years before.
2 years before. Okay, okay. Yeah. Do you think po this is an ever pressing question when it comes to pageants? Do you think it's high time for us to use interpreters po?
I've always said it will give us a small advantage to use interpreters. Pero I've been misquoted and unquoted, underquoted, overquoted. But I always said, yes, it would be good to use an interpreter because Philippines has how many dialects, diba? And many of our winners are not naman, that their first language is sometimes Bisaya, sometimes Ilocano, especially if they don't live in Manila proper.
Yes.
In fact, lately I've realized even as much as I feel my first language is English, malayo pa tayo to the way that England, London talks kasi talagang they're articulate, diba? So sa akin, to give some of our candidates who for example, ngayon it's a melting pot of races na ngayon tayo sa Manila, diba? Sa Philippines. And many times the winner, the Miss Philippines or Binibining Pilipinas is not naman from Manila. I think they should be given an interpreter. But the problem is our interpreter has to be from where the girl comes from. Let's say she is from Baguio. She insists she will talk in Ilocano. It's hard to find an interpreter from wherever, no, from Las Vegas or New York. So they have to find somebody who can interpret in Ilocano or Kapampangan. So it's just because you have an interpreter doesn't mean you're gonna be speaking in Tagalog, diba?
Okay.
Because that's for us. So medyo complicated nga yun. But I think if it would be a plus, we should have an interpreter, diba? Kahit naman, yes, that's true in South America, Japanese, they all have interpreters. But I don't know if they have as many dialects as we have, which many of us speak better than our national language or English, diba? If you get somebody Kapampangan, they can articulate better in Kapampangan. Dapat, at least that will be a plus for us, diba?
But do you think po it will not have any, kasi ang iniisip ng iba parang baka isipin ng mga tao maging disadvantage pa sa Pilipinas ang pagkakaroon ng interpreter because we are known to be an English-speaking country. Pero do you think po ba in any way it would have a disadvantage or hindi totoo yung ganong notion na iniisip ng mga tao?
Well, it's funny that you bring that up. Hindi ko kinonsider yan na people will think hindi tayo marunong mag-English. Kasi it is known that we are an English-speaking country compared to many of the countries around. I don't know if that is going to be a disadvantage because, of course, as you can see, Japan is very progressive. Thailand is very progressive. Indonesia is very progressive, and they're all speaking native languages in many of the pageants, diba? I mean, Japan always speaks Japanese. Thailand speaks Thai, and all that. I don't know that it has stopped them from being viewed by the whole world as progressive. Yeah, it's a plus in one side and it's a plus in another. I don't know. That is just a personal opinion, diba? It doesn't mean na kung hindi ka marunong mag-English, you are not as good. I mean,
Yes.
ako, I don't know if they asked me to speak in Tagalog when I was 18, medyo mahihirapan nga ako to express myself in Tagalog. Pero ngayon, I feel I'm okay in Tagalog, and there are some expressions, for example, in Tagalog that's more emphatic, can describe your feelings more. Parang, hindi ba? I mean, there's so many words in Tagalog that you cannot explain in English.
Mm-hmm. Ayan po. Take us back naman po that again, no, to during your reign as Miss Universe. Meron po bang mga perks na hindi namin nalalaman? Of course, you have the crown, the prestige, the glory. Everybody looks at you as you're the most beautiful girl in the universe. But what does really happen in the life of a Miss Universe every day during your 1 year of reign po?
Alam mo, I cannot compare what was before and now. Kasi iba na ngayon, pati ang may-ari ng Miss Universe, iba na. But during my time, it was like this. Every week, I was living in Miami. Every week, I leave America maybe about 2 times. 2 times a week. So, mga 3 days dito, 2 days ganun. And then, basta I have a free weekend, they would fly me to New York at doon nila ako isa-shopping ng kung ano nilang gusto mga damit. But it has to be a certain kind of dress. And then, of course, I would have boxes and boxes of clothes, shoes, bag. And of course, when you go to a country, you receive a lot of gifts. Jewelry, gifts, something representative of the country, or sometimes a jeweler from let's say Brazil or Argentina. They would present you the gift, you're invited for a lunch, then they present you something. So talagang hectic talaga. It's like you get up at 8 and then you go to sleep at 12, and that's including makeup na. Tapos in between, you have pictorials. Talagang walang tigil. That's why you had to be very young. So, kasi hindi ka napapagod. 2, 3 nga ang chaperone. Ibig sabihin, 1 in the morning, 1 during lunch, 1 at dinner. Pero ikaw, laging nandun. You're the only constant there. But I think now it's a little bit different. I think now, your home base, I don't know where it is. I think it's in New York or Mexico. And it's paminsan, kasi I noticed our past 2 winners, palagi sila andito. Nandito sa Manila. But during my time, I only went to Manila during my homecoming and 4 days for Christmas. Yun lang. And ngayon, I think you can bring your boyfriend. During my time, walang ganun eh. Kasi may chaperone ka lagi, you cannot bring any guys. You don't go out also. You're not allowed to go out.
I was about to go to that question, if you're allowed to have a boyfriend during your reign.
No, you're not allowed. They don't encourage. I don't know if you're allowed, but I never heard of, you can go out with a chaperone or with somebody who is approved by the pageant. Yes, you're allowed. But really, I don't remember that they encourage. You cannot invite him to sleep in your hotel, for one. Walang ganun kasi may chaperone ka nga eh. What if you get pregnant, di ba, or something? Kasi most of the contestants were very young eh. The oldest one is mga 21, 22, ganon. Nobody's above that eh. And then in fact, if you're the old contestant, they always introduce you as the oldest contestant. Miss so-and-so. Ganon. Noon, wala kasing above, siguro 24 na. In During my time and backwards, ang pinakamatanda, 24 na.
Opo. Pia was, I think, around 25 years old na siya eh. Parang mga around 25 years old. Parang ngayon kasi medyo, when you're at least in your getting your mid-20s, parang they feel that you're at least more prepared for the role of...
Perhaps. But kasi iba naman ang focus noon ng Miss Universe eh. Ang Miss Universe during my time, their focus was a lot on charity, a lot on sports, a lot on very wholesome things. During my time, we were not even allowed to drink. No smoking. You can't even enter a casino. There were so many no's. You cannot even you're allowed to do sports. We were not even allowed to drive. In truth, hindi nga kami nagdra-drive kasi they were afraid for the insurance, mga ganun-ganon. And then when you travel, you always travel with a companion. So, ibang-iba talaga.
Ayun pa. Actually, I was about to go there about the work of Miss Universe. You said it's usually charities. Pero ano po ba talaga yung parang pinakatrabaho daily na ginagawa ng isang Miss Universe?
Commercials.
Oh.
For different countries.
Oh,
you're also the ambassador. You're also the ambassadress of goodwill. Let's say they're opening a shop. You cut the ribbon. It's a business. It's really a business. And then the pageant is paid for that. You receive a salary. You don't get paid. You receive a salary and a prize money. Para kang professional model. But a professional model who is very sheltered. Hindi yung bang bahala na, pwede kang mag-bikini dyan. No, there's no such thing eh. Yung naka-bikini or your model panty bra. There's no such thing. They were so conservative.
After po ng Miss Universe, you already ventured into acting po?
No, I got into showbiz 5 years later.
5 years later. Opo. Why did you decide to go into showbiz po after Miss Universe?
Well, because first I was on television. I was doing a talk show. And I got offered way even in 1969 to do, after the Miss Universe, to do movies. Pero I was kind of busy and I lived abroad pa. So when I came home, I was offered to do television show, a talk show, which I did and I thoroughly enjoyed. Until I think almost a year later, I was offered again to do movies, but I wasn't so fluent in the native language. So, hindi pa uso noon yung Taglish eh. So I did my first movie and I super enjoyed it, although I was very surprised. I did not know what was expected. But then, after I did my first movie, I enjoyed it and I continued and tried to forget that ever I was Miss Universe because this was a very exciting thing to do. And then, parang I created a whole new world in showbiz, in television, and stuff like that. So, it was nice. I mean, you can't be Miss Universe forever, no?
Yes, of course. We will be talking more about that, but we will have to pause for a short break.
Click, click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap. It's a wrap, just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the Ring Ring apps or the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan. Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
package still. Kasama pa rin po natin, Miss Gloria Diaz. Hello po!
Hello.
Ayan, diba? Fresh na fresh talaga naman. Ayan po, kanina po kasi we were talking about your transition from being a beauty queen to being an actress. Pero sa tingin niyo po ba ever since nun parang you would cross this path? Or parang it just came out after parang sometime na pag-isipan niyo after offers?
Well, I've always been a part of the drama and shows in my school. So I'm not exactly camera shy or not exposed to this because I also modeled, diba? And I also did some commercials. So when I did Tagalog movies, medyo nagulat lang ako that I wasn't natural, I wasn't good. So talagang I really did strive to read more Tagalog comics. Of course, you don't know what it is, and watch a lot of Tagalog films because I felt parang when I would watch myself, parang kulang ako and all that. Still feel even now. But no, I was exposed to it a lot. And joining it was a very conscious act to join. Kasi television was good, which I enjoyed, but very stressful. Kasi live eh.
Ayun po. Meron pa po ba silang parang, kumbaga si Miss Universe, if you venture into another area or into another platform of your career, would they still have parang any say after your reign or totally po you're on your own?
No, they don't have any say. But you still have to a certain extent live up to what people expect of you. On the other hand, in Binibining Pilipinas, the local contest, if you do something that is parang scandalous or something that is nakakahiya, because at the end, it's more important when you're home to be able to be accepted, to be respected and everything. But Miss Universe, when you go there during Donald Trump's time, if you're invited to go, they still want to make some sort of a percentage of what you make if you go to New York and stuff. But during the first, where the pageant and the pageant owners that I was with, it wasn't like that. They were very generous and everything. Hindi ko alam ngayon kung paano. I think because they are they're a modeling agency, the owners now. Parang it's a modeling agency. You can, I think some of the past Miss Universes, they register with them and they find you work and they get a commission from what you earn. If they find you work. Pero parang it's a modeling agency, yung Miss Universe. I think that's what it is.
Ayan, okay. Pero during your time, it was basically totally different talaga compared to what it is now.
Very different. Yes. My time and March time, pareho.
Oo nga po pala, because 1973 si Miss Margie. Nagkakausap niyo po ba siya during her...
Yes, she's my friend. Yes, she's my friend, yeah.
Pero before her actual fight for the Miss Universe, did you leave her some words of encouragement po, like the usual?
No, I did not see her when she was joining, but she was friends with my other sisters. Yeah. And her husband is somehow related to my family also.
Did you already have an inkling po that she will win it at that time, or?
No, I had no idea, but I was envious of her that she was in Athens because I wanted to go to Athens. Ganda-ganda ng Athens.
Opo. Okay, anyway, meron lang po tayong ngayon, parang maikling pa-game. It's called a Would You Rather game. And then I would just read to you some situationals and you would choose po one or the other and explain why po yung naging choice niyo. Very, very lang naman pa. Okay, number 1. Would you rather be able to read Isabel's mind or Ava's mind?
Isabel's what?
Isabel's mind or Ava's mind?
Isabel's mind, of course. Because Isabel's mind is very, well, Ava's mind is just as well, very creative, no? But Isabel's mind is very unpredictable. And sometimes, very often, I want to go ahead of her. I always will say, I know what you're thinking. I know what you want to say. And it's never what she wants to say. So, Isabel's mind. Si Ava naman kasi, if I say, I know what you mean, Mom, what I mean is so and so. And it kind of correlates with what I'm trying to say. Pero may dagdag ng konti. But I really want to read their mind. I always try to read their mind.
Okay. Ito po, would you rather, for your next project, do a nasagot na to kanina do a drama or comedy? But if the next, very next project.
Definitely, I want to do a comedy. Kasi pag uwi mo, happy ka. Although sometimes you get a little bothered kasi inisip mo, dapat sinabi kong ganito, dapat tinignan ko siya muna bago ako nagbitiw ng dialogue. Comedy is like that You always want to do, you wish you could do it better. Comedy is always like a person. On the other hand, drama is also like that. Like say, like may iyakan. Parang bitin ng iyak mo, hindi bigay na bigay. Pero in truth, gusto ko pag uwi ko, happy ako na it's a challenge. I like the challenge of a comedy. Yes, comedy.
Okay. Comedy. Okay. Would you rather, di naman siya gross kasi may explanation siya. Would you rather never wash your face again but have the clearest skin, or never brush your teeth again but have the freshest breath and the healthiest teeth?
Siyempre, I would rather have to brush my teeth. Never mind my face, okay lang yan. But brush my teeth is important to me kasi you'll feel it clean, you'll feel it madulas and everything. Yes. Yes, the breath is +1 and no cavities is +2. Pero ang mukha, okay lang. Kahit hindi ka maghugas ng mukha, hindi ba? Basta the teeth clean, the mouth is clean.
Yan. Word from a Miss Universe, ladies. Take it. Okay. Ito next. Would you rather travel the world with Catriona Gray or Pia Wurtzbach?
I think both of them.
Dalawa? Naging close ko ba kayo?
Well, hindi ako close masyado kay Catriona. I haven't bumped into her. I don't know. Catriona or Pia. Maybe Pia kasi parang I've seen her more often and I kind of know her a little bit more. But Catriona would also be good kasi she's Australian. Siguro she likes to eat steak, which I also like to do. Pero at the moment, parang I'm more familiar with what is her name, Pia does. And I've done a commercial with her. So medyo mas kilala ko siya.
Okay. Ito, would you rather have dinner with Manila Mayor Isko Moreno or Cavite Governor John Vic Remulla?
Kasi John Vic is parang related to us My niece is married to Gilbert Remulla. So maybe I like to hear about all the Tondo days, garbage, basura of Manila. And I want to give my unsolicited advice to Isko Moreno and congratulate them. Actually, both of them have done a great job. Diba? So, yeah, maybe Isko or John Vic. And John Vic is cute.
Yes. Yes po. Okay. So, number 6 question is not really so much of a pageant question, pero parang pwede na rin. Would you rather win the Miss Universe crown or win 1 billion pesos in the lottery?
Siyempre, 1 billion pesos in the lottery.
Wala na plastikan, di ba? Bakit po?
Kasi nanalo na ako ng Miss Universe. Di 1 billion naman ngayon.
1 billion naman. Diba? Yes po. Ito na lang siguro, just to wrap our talk. Do you think there is a formula to being a Miss Universe? If you could think if there's a formula, or is it just plain luck?
there is a certain formula. Siyempre, hindi ka naman pwedeng sumali kung mataba, kung hindi ka maganda. Dapat medyo, but there is no standard definition of what is maganda or what is the perfect body. You just have to have something that is not, how do you say that, obese or not ugly or what, just normal. Kasi you can already help it, enhance it all by makeup. But more than anything, I think everybody comes in together the same. So at the end, the one that really decides to be the winner is luck. So it's 50-50. Kahit hindi ka masyadong maganda, you can win if you're lucky. Diba? Especially now, I think now it will be, they do a lot of how do you call that? Voting online. I think that is a big difference. Walang online noon, di ba? As Filipinos pa naman ang hilig nila, di ba? So, yun.
So for you, it's a perfect fit of charm and luck.
Yes. I mean, physical and charm. Maganda ka nga, ang taray mo naman. Wala rin. So, the luck goes far away. So, maganda, charming, magaling ang dating. Even if not so smart unless she says really something very, very crazily stupid. Okay lang yan hindi ba? Even hindi naman ito Miss Genius hindi ba? Basta ganda, charming, maganda ang proportion, and then luck.
Sige po. Meron pala akong gustong isingit na question that I actually forgot kanina. Is there any way po on how a candidate could ace a Miss Universe question in particular?
Could
or
what?
A pageant question? If there's a way that a candidate could ace a pageant question.
Ace meaning get the right answer?
Yes po, parang kumbaga kung paano niya masasagot ng of course you have your trainings and all of that, but meron po ba siyang parang way on
alam mo, ako naman when I judge a contest, which I think I've done for 1,000 times, hindi naman talaga yung kabuuan ng answer ang nakikinig ako. I mean, I'm not really listening to the whole answer, but it must have a little bit of sense. She doesn't have to be a physics major. It is more the way she stands, the way she looks, the way she reacts, the way she, is able to project herself. Hindi naman kailangan mong sabihin mga statistics. I don't even know the population of the Philippines, di ba? But it's the way she interacts with the audience, with the judges on television, and how she projects herself. I don't think there's a question that you can read. Kasi each question, even the usual questions I ask, would you rather be fat? Would you rather be with a fat guy na millionaire or a poor guy na super hot? I mean, there's no right answer. There's no, okay lang, fat guy na millionaire because he can get thin or something, but it's harder to get rich. Parang ganun, di ba? So there's no real answer that is the correct answer. It is the way she says it. It's the way she conducts herself. It's the way her eyes sparkle and the way she stands and everything. It's all a combination. And of course, luck.
Yes, of course.
Definitely, hindi naman ako pinakamaganda during my time. Diba? Hindi nga ako. No, it's not. It's got nothing to do with ikaw ang pinakamaganda. There's none. I mean, a Chinese would like Chinese beauty. A Danish or Swedish would like blonde and blue eyes. South Americans would like dark-haired and Bombayin. The Indian would like Indian beauties. And they usually have a combination of all judges, diba? So, luck comes all the time.
Luck
and I was lucky
all the time. Yes po. Yeah. Message na lang po for Rabiya.
Rabiya, just enjoy it. Enjoy every minute. Do your best. Don't get disappointed if you don't make it to the top, and don't forget that this is just the beginning.
Mm.
I mean, I think very, very almost sure that you will make it to the top 5. But then be glad, get a hold of yourself, and don't allow anyone to pressure you. Because, you know, life goes on.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Gloria Diaz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Promote niyo po ulit ang mommy issues.
Okay, do not forget, it will be now you can watch Mommy Issues on live streaming, and it's wholesome, it's funny, and it's cheap. For 250 pesos, all your whole family can watch.
Yeah. Thank you very
Mommy
much once
Issues.
again.
Thank you.
Mommy Issues po is already showing. Thank you very much, Ms. Gloria Diaz. Ayan, thank you everyone for watching Tribune Extra Full Access. Definitely we enjoyed having our time with Ms. Gloria Diaz. I will see you guys next Saturday. Kaya, sagang kayo.